Yo ninjas, I'm Kaio. In this tutorial I want to talk about the most common mistakes b-boys and b-girls usually do, especially when they start dancing. There are mainly two mistakes I always notice. If you avoid them, your progress will be much faster and smoother. First mistake, practicing some moves on one side and some other moves on the other side. How to avoid that? So when you start breaking, you don't know which side you want to choose sometimes. Some b-boys and some b-girls are pretty clear from the get-go. For example, they know their dominant arm is the right one and they do everything on the right, and then they spin clockwise and everything feels kind of easy. But for some other people, it's a little bit more complicated, and sometimes they do some moves on one side and some moves on the other side. And they end up in a comfort zone where they always practice few moves on that side. For example, they practice the flare counterclockwise, but then they always practice the windmill clockwise. The more you do that, the harder will be to fix that in future. So I recommend to fix it as soon as possible. If you notice you're doing some movements on one side and some other movements on the opposite side, I really recommend to fix it right away. You need to decide which movements you want to change and learn in the other way. Even better, for beginners, I really recommend practicing everything on both sides. Not only footworks or freezes, but even power moves. Really practice everything on both sides. And then after learning all the basics, like the six step, the tar freeze, the elbow freezes, especially the freezes are very important on both sides, because if you learn freezes on both sides, you will have much more body awareness and control for more advanced tricks and moves. So the freezes are the most important thing that you should do on both sides. But if you practice footworks and also power moves on both sides, it's even better. The opportunities you will have will be really endless, and you can create very cool concepts if you learn everything on both sides. Maybe some people can think like, I'm gonna waste so much time if I learn everything on both sides, but actually it's not the case, because it doesn't take much longer to learn a move on both sides than learning it only on one side. Because our body is pretty smart and it's gonna mirror what it's doing from one side to the other. So once you learn something on one side, then relearning the same move on the other side is gonna be pretty fast. And if you're practicing on both sides together, it's even better, because you're gonna adjust the technique from one side to the other. Second very common mistake, this is even more common than the first one. Many b-boys and b-girls skip the basic and they wanna just learn directly some hard moves without knowing the basics on how to do it. For example, they wanna learn air flare, but they don't know how to do handstand or swipe or air freezes or a few hand-ups or windmills. It's still doable, some people do it, but I don't recommend doing it. Even if you see some people that did it in this way, it doesn't mean that it's the best way to do it. The best way to learn any movement, not only breaking, but even in other disciplines, is break it down in other easier movements, especially when a movement looks very complicated, like an air flare, or some power move combos, or some tricks, but even some footwork sometimes. Some footwork patterns can look very intricate. So make it easier first. Try to understand the basic. Try to break the movement down in smaller sections, in smaller pieces, and practice these pieces individually. So I'm gonna take the air flare as an example, but this may work for any movement. Can be even a cartwheel, for example. Try to take a video of this movement, look at it, make it slow motion, or even stop it frame by frame, and look at the various positions and angles of this movement. Then try to practice these positions individually, and try to master these positions or these small movements individually, and then put them together and build the movement itself. I can also give you an easier example just with a cartwheel. You don't have to learn a cartwheel directly, like straight and perfect, with a perfect form. Let's say you cannot do a cartwheel. It may look very scary to just go straight and kick up so high, almost in a handstand. Make it easier at first, make it lower. Just try the basic movement of a cartwheel, but try to make it very small and very comfortable for you. And try to do something like this, or even smaller actually. Even something like this, it's okay. Just get familiar with this movement first, and then gradually transform it and make it look more and more like a cartwheel. Same thing for an air flare. The cartwheel is very basic, but the air flare is much more advanced. So you don't know how to do an air flare. Doesn't make sense to just try and jump and throw yourself. Try to make sure you get familiar with air freezes on both sides. Like this. Okay, I did it pretty bad, but you get the concept. And like this on the other side. Try to get familiar with the handstand. Try to get familiar with the start of the air flare. So just practicing this. try to get familiar with other power moves as well, like the swipe, because the swipe and the air flare share the same upper body movement. If you do the air flare 45 degrees angle off the floor with your hands kind of like in this position, with your arms in this position, it's gonna be the same as a swipe. So if you learn a proper swipe, very high, with a good jump, very dynamic, the torso and the arm movement is gonna be exactly the same as an air flare, but it's gonna be easier, of course. And the windmill or the halo are very good example for the legs movement of the air flare. So if you practice windmills and you get very good windmills, it's gonna help a lot for the legs movement in the air flare. Or if you learn halos, even better, because the halos are also very similar to air flares with the leg swing, with the leg movement. If you learn both windmills, halos, and even swipes, it's gonna help both for your upper body movement, but also for your legs movement and your hips movement. The more basics you learn, the more easier moves you learn, the more likely you're gonna learn your goal move, the move that you wanna reach. Don't rush, take it step by step and climb very small steps at the time. Don't try to directly jump on one very big step. You will always end up failing and hitting the wall. So try to build a stair and try to do one step at a time and learn all these small movements before reaching this very high movement, very difficult movement, okay? That is your goal. Even if it's something very basic, it can still be easier, like I show you from the cartwheel. The cartwheel, someone can say, it's a very easy movement, you don't need to break it down even more. No, of course you can. Even just a totter freeze, you can break it down more. So let's say you want to learn a totter freeze. You cannot do it. So just stay like this, and this is already a basic for the totter freeze. If it's too easy, lift up one leg off the floor, and then try to lift up the other leg off the floor. And then maybe try it with your head on the floor, but with your feet off the floor. And when it's easy, lift up everything and hold it. But as you can see, even a very simple movement like a totter freeze, you can break it down and make it easier and try easier variations. Every movement, really every movement can be broken down in easier movements. And if you learn these easier movements first, your progress is gonna be much, much faster. Don't rush, don't be ego-driven, just be humble enough to practice the basics. If you will need more help for your breaking, check out the coaching plans I offer. I will leave the link in the description. If you wanna learn windmills, swipes, flares or air flares, I made some PDF guides about these moves. I will leave the link in the description as well. See you next time with a new tutorial. Yo ninjas!